Welcome all my dear students. So let's discuss the module 1 part 1 topic of CUT 201 mechanics of solids. Okay, welcome. Then so let's discuss on the problems on tension test on mild steel bar. A tensile test conducted on a mild steel rod of 25 mm dia using a gauge length of 200 mm produced the following observations. Okay. Now, extension under a load of 75 kilonewton is equal to 0.15 mm. Load at yield point is equal to 160 kilonewton. Breaking load is equal to 250 kilonewton. Total extension is equal to 55 mm. Maximum load is equal to 265 kilonewton and the diameter at fracture is equal to 18.5 mm. Determine Young's modulus, yield stress, stress at breaking point, percentage elongation and percentage reduction in area and ultimate stress. Okay. So this is a test based on tension test on a mild steel. So it is given that the diameter of the mild steel rod is 25 mm and the length of the mild steel rod is 200 mm. So while conducting the experiment, we know the load goes on increasing. So first of all, we have to calculate the Young's modulus value. For that, we have to consider the load within the elastic limit. So find out the load from these given values, that is a load within the elastic limit. So it is given that the load which is the extension under a load of 75 kilonewton is equal to 0.15 mm and we can see the loads goes on increasing. So we can take the load 75 kilonewton for calculating the value of Young's modulus. So Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by strain, that is within the elastic limit, and stress is equal to load divided by cross sectional area. So load is equal to 75 kilonewton and that's equal to 75 into 1000 Newton. That divided by area is the original cross sectional area and it is given that the rod is of 25 mm dia. So the original area is equal to pi by 4 d square, where d is 25 mm. So you will get the area as 4.90 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. And strain is equal to changing length divided by original length. So the general equation for strain, which is change in dimension divided by original dimension. So strain is equal to 0.15 divided by 200, that's equal to 0.00075 and it is a dimensionless quantity. Now Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by strain and that's equal to 203 giganewton per meter square. Now we have to find the value of yield stress. So yield stress is equal to yield load divided by original area of cross section, and it is given that the load at yield point is equal to 160 kilonewton. So 160 into 10 raised to 3 divided by the original area, you will get the value of into 10 raised to 8 meganewton per meter square. Now the nominal stress at breaking load, that is breaking stress, is equal to breaking load divided by the area of cross section at breaking. And as I already discussed in the class, the area of cross section starts reducing after the ultimate stress, and that means the rod starts necking. So the necked area or the reduced area that we have to consider for this breaking load calculation. So the load at breaking point, it is given as 250 kilonewton. So 250 into 1000 divided by pi by 4 d square, that's equal to 930.4 meganewton per meter square is the value of nominal stress at a breaking load. Okay. Now we have to find the value of percentage elongation, and percentage elongation is equal to changing length divided by original length into 100, where changing length, it is given in the question that it is 55 and the original length is 200. So 55 divided by 200 into 100 and that's equal to 27.5% is the percentage elongation value. Now the percentage reduction in area, it is the change in area divided by original area into 100. Change in area, which is equal to initial area or original area minus final area or reduced area divided by the initial area into 100, and that's equal to 45.23%. Now the ultimate tensile stress is equal to maximum load or the ultimate load divided by the area of cross section. The ultimate load which is given as 265 kilonewton, and that divided by the area of cross section, original area of cross section, which is equal to 540.2 meganewton per meter square. Okay. Let's see another question. A tension test is carried out on a mild steel bar of 10 mm diameter. The bar yields under a load of 20 kilonewton, and it reaches a maximum load of 40 kilonewton and breaks at 25 kilonewton. The diameter of the bar at breaking was found to be 7 mm. The increasing length of the bar over a gauge length of 50 mm was found to be 0.029 mm under a load of 10 kilonewton. Now estimate Young's modulus, yield strength and ultimate strength and the actual breaking strength. Okay, so the cross sectional area of the bar before loading is equal to original area of cross section, that's equal to pi by 4 into 10 square, which is equal to 78.5 mm square. Now the stress within the elastic limit is equal to load divided by area. So that's equal to load, which is 10 kilonewton. So that 10 into 1000 divided by 78.5, that's equal to 127.39 Newton per mm square. We chose 10 kilonewton. It's because this load is the load within the elastic limit. So after 10 kilonewton, the load increases to 20 kilonewton. That is a yielding. So at that point, the bar starts yielding. So that we can choose this 10 kilonewton as a load within the elastic limit. Now strain within the elastic limit is equal to delta L divided by L, and that's equal to 0.029 divided by 50, which is equal to 0.00058, which is a unitless quantity. Now you got the value of Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain, and that's equal to stress divided by strain, which is equal to 2.2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now yield stress. Yield stress is the load at yield point divided by area of cross section. The load at yield point, which is given as 20 kilonewton, so 20 into 1000 divided by 78.5, and that's equal to 254.78 Newton per mm square. Now the ultimate tensile stress value, which is equal to maximum load divided by area of cross section, and that's equal to 509.55 Newton per mm square. Now the stress at breaking load, which is the load at breaking point divided by area of cross section, and that's equal to the load at breaking point, which is 25 kilonewton, and that divided by area of cross section, that is the neck area or the reduced area, which is 7 mm, and the stress is equal to 649.94 Newton per mm square. Now the percentage reduction in area is equal to change in area by original area into 100, where the change in area is the initial area minus final area divided by original area or initial area into 100, and that's equal to 51%. So these two problems are about the stress strain curve on mild steel bars. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic, that is the deformation of axially loaded members with uniform cross section. Okay. So first of all, let's see the equation for deformation of axially loaded members with uniform cross section. That is, if a material behaves in a linear elastic manner, that means which obeys Hooke's law, and there exists a proportional relationship between stress and strain. Using the above information, we can develop the methods to determine the elastic deformation when a bar is subjected to axial loads. That is, as we all know, Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by strain. So mathematically we can write it as sigma divided by E is equal to Young's modulus capital E, and sigma is equal to load divided by area, and strain is equal to changing length divided by original length. These two equations we already know, and just substitute these two equations for calculating the Young's modulus value. That is, Young's modulus is equal to P divided by A, that divided by delta L divided by L. From that, find out the value of this delta L. Just rearrange this mathematical expression and you will get the value of changing length or delta L is equal to PL divided by AE. So that's a expression using for finding the value of deformation or changing length. Okay. So let's see some problems regarding this equation. So a rod of 150 centimeter length and diameter 2 centimeter is subjected to an axial pull of 20 kilonewton. If Young's modulus of the material is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square, determine the stress, strain and the elongation of the rod. So the question is to find out the values of stress, strain and elongation of the rod. So the initial length of the rod, it is given as 150 centimeter and the diameter it is given as 2 centimeter, and also the axial pull which is given as 20 kilonewton, that is the load is equal to 20 kilonewton, and Young's modulus value, that is E is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So we have to find the value of stress, strain and elongation of the rod. Okay. So let's move on to the solution of this problem. Length is equal to 150 centimeter, that is equal to 1500 mm. Then diameter is equal to 2 centimeter, which is equal to 20 mm. Now the force which is given in the question as 20 kilonewton, and that's equal to 20 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Now Young's modulus is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square, and from that we can from the given dimensions we can find out the value of area, and that's equal to pi by 4 d square, which is equal to 314.159 Newton per mm square. Now first question is to determine the stress value. Stress is equal to load divided by area, load which is directly given, and area we found out, that's equal to 63.66 Newton per mm square. Now the next question is to find out the value of strain. Then how will you find out the value of strain? For that we have to find out the value of delta L. Delta L is equal to PL divided by AE. This equation we discussed in the last topic. Okay, delta L is equal to PL divided by AE, where P is equal to 20 into 10 raised to 3 and L is equal to 1500 mm, and area of cross section we found out, and E is the Young's modulus value, and so that the delta L value is equal to 0.477 mm. So this is a value of elongation of the rod. Now we already know the expression for Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. Okay, so strain is equal to stress divided by Young's modulus, and that's equal to 63.66 we found out, divided by Young's modulus which is given in the question, and that's equal to 3.18 into 10 raised to minus 4. And as we all know, the strain which does not have any units. Okay, so that's a solution for stress, strain and elongation of the rod. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. A surveyor's steel tape 30 meter long has a cross section of 15 mm into 0.75 mm. Okay, with this a line AB is measured as 150 meter. If the force applied during measurement is 100 Newton, what is the length of the line AB? Take Young's modulus for steel as 200 kilonewton per mm square. That is a load which is applied for measuring a line of length AB, which is initially the length of 150 meter we obtained. That means a surveyor's steel tape having a length of 30 meter which is used for measuring a line AB, and the measurement we obtained as 150 meter. So while applying a load of 100 Newton, we know there will be a deformation. So we have to consider the 100 Newton for finding that deformation value, and that deformation that we have to apply for that 150 line meter length. Okay, so that that changing length will also appears in that line AB. Okay, so it is asked in the question that we have to find out the value of that length. Okay, for that, first of all, find out the original length of that steel tape while we apply the load of 150 while we apply the load of 100 Newton. So for that, use the expression delta L is equal to PL divided by AE. All the dimensions are given in the question. P, which is 100 Newton, L, which is 30 meter, that is 30,000 mm, that divided by area, the cross sectional area, which is given as 15 into 0.75 mm. So 15 into 0.75 will give the area, then Young's modulus value. So from that you will get the delta L is equal to 1.33 mm. This is for the single tape of length 30 meter. So we have to add this value for finding the original length of the tube while we apply the load of 100 Newton. So the original length of the tape is equal to 30 plus 1.33 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. That's equal to 30.0013 meter is the original length of the tape, and this measurement is have to be used for calculating the length of the line AB. Initially we used the 30 meter length, so just divide the 150 meter length divided by 30. So you will get it as 5. So 5 times we have to apply this 1.33 mm for to get the value of the actual length of line AB. That means the original initial length we obtained it as 150 meter, and that plus 5 times the change will change, that plus 5 times the change you will get the actual length of line AB. That is 150 plus 5 into 1.33 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters. You will get the actual length of line AB. That means while using this 30 meter, we obtain the length of line AB as 150 meter. But we found out there is a changing length in line AB. So that is, it is 1.33 mm. So we have to accommodate this 1.33 mm for calculating the original length of the tape, and we obtain the value as 30.0013 meter, and then we have to use this value for calculating the original length of the line AB. For that, just divide the 150 divided by 30, that means 5 times that we have to accommodate this change in length. Okay, so you will get the value of new length, that is the actual length of line AB, as 150.00665 meters. Okay, so next problem. This is the last problem, that is a metal bar 40 mm by 40 mm cross section is subjected to a tensile load of 320 kilonewton. The extension of a 200 mm gauge length is found to be 0.2 mm and the decrease in thickness is 0.012 mm. Find the value of Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. So the breadth or the thickness which is given as 40 mm. Now the length which is given as 200 mm and the changing length which is given in the question as 0.2 mm. Okay, and the decrease in thickness which is given in the question as 0.012 mm, that is the delta D value which is equal to 0.012 mm. Now we have to find the value of Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. Then how will you find out the value of Poisson's ratio? It is nothing but the lateral strain divided by longitudinal strain. Then lateral strain, which is delta D by D or delta B by B, that divided by longitudinal strain is delta L divided by L. All these values are given. Just substitute the values of delta D, D, delta L and L, and you will get the value of Poisson's ratio as 0.3. Now Young's modulus, that's equal to, we know delta L is equal to PL by AE, and from that E is equal to PL divided by A delta L. Okay, the area can be found out by using the cross section, that is 40 by 40, and just substitute in this equation. E is equal to 320 into 10 raised to 3 into 200 divided by area of cross section, that is 1600 into 0.2, and from that you will get the value of Young's modulus as 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now the next question is to find the Young's modulus of a brass rod of diameter 25 mm and length 250 mm, which is subjected to a tensile load of 50 kilonewton when the extension of the load is 0.3 mm. So all the dimensions are directly given. We have to find the value of Young's modulus E, which is equal to PL divided by A delta L. All the values are given. P, which is 50 kilonewton, and L, which is 25 mm, then A, which is pi by 4 t square, and delta L, which is 0.3 mm. Okay, from that find the value of Young's modulus, that's equal to 8488.2 0.63 Newton per mm square. Okay. Now, thank you all.